Okay people, I couldn't resist. We'll come to another historic Kirkyard. So we've been to two at Tillicoultry today, the upper and the lower. We've been to Dollar. I should have checked this one out. In between Tillicoultry and Dollar. And here, we're here now. Muckhart. Pool of Muckhart. So, what does this say about this church? There was a church here by the early 13th century when it was in the patronage of the bishops of St Andrews. Bishop William Lamberton built a house further west at Castleton in about 1320. The church still remained independent at the Reformation in 1560. By September 1586, however, it was described as at a very evil point, especially in the roof, which is rotten and ruined. The congregation was instructed to pay for the repairs and told that there was to be no more burrows within the church. On the 30th of November 1591, Alexander Simpson arrived as their new minister, though the parishioners were slow to provide them with an adequate stipend. In 1836, the Reverend James Thomson noted that the manse was newly built, but that the church was rather ruinous and not sufficient for accommodating the population. It was rebuilt in 1838, probably on the same site as its predecessors, in a plain, late Georgian style with a fine bellcote. So here's the old map for it. Details of the first Ed OS map circa 1862 showing the position of the church, kirkyard and manse. The extent of the original kirkyard is now visible as a raised area. Several large tabletop tombs of the early 18th century have survived here, though they are generally quite weathered. The lettering is difficult to read. Who's this? Sir Robert Stewart? Surely no. In 1836, Sir Reverend Thomson mentioned these date stones, now built into the east wall, which at that time were in different parts of the church. They marked the completion of repairs, improvements and rebuilding. This box tomb was erected by William Henry Bruce Ogilvie in memory of his grandmother, Mrs. Glenn, owner of the Cowdate estate, who had raised him and his three brothers after death of their mother, the Countess of Airlie. Ogilvie inherited the estate from her, and in 1865 sold it to John Christie, a wealthy coal mine owner. These gravestones for Henry Sinclair, schoolmaster, and Robert Bryce, station master, remember two men who gave long and faithful service to the community of Muckhart. This obelisk was erected in memory of Reverend James Thomson, minister of Muckhart, both before and after the disruption of the church in 1843 by the community of Muckhart and his friends. John Christie came to live at Cowden in 1866 with his wife Alison and their family. Their son John died in 1872. Alice, the youngest, married Robert King Stewart of Murdstone in October 1881. Robert King Stewart of Murdstone. John Christie died in 1902, leaving the bulk of his wealth to the Christie Female Industrial Homes, which he had founded and endowed. His will was contested and a settlement was reached, whereby his daughters and the homes shared the fortune. In 1907, Ella began to create a Cowden with the advice and help of a woman called Taki Handa and Professor Jijo Suzuki. That must be who this is, Jijo Suzuki. Sharakuin, the place of pleasure and delight. A remarkable garden laid out according to the traditions of the Imperial Palace Gardens of Japan. This photograph shows the garden in 1909. And by the way guys, I passed it over there. This Japanese garden. I thought it was a modern thing. I didn't realise how old it was. This simple granite stone commemorates Shinzaburo Matsu, who arrived at Cowden in 1925 having lost his family in an earthquake to tend to the Japanese garden. He lived alone on the estate and became a well-known character in Clackmannanshire, looking after the garden faithfully for many years. There's a Japanese garden there. Isabella Ella Robertson Christie was the elder daughter of John Christie. As a young woman she had visited Europe and the Middle East with her family. After her father's death she continued to live at Cowden Castle, but was also an intrepid explorer, travelling to the Far East, Russia and America. She is said to have been the first British woman to visit what is now Uzbekistan. She died in 1949 and her great nephew Sir Robert Stewart of Arndane inherited the Cowden estate. The castle was eventually demolished in 1952. So we're here. Right, let's have a wee look around. This raised area, you can see here, is raised up. This is possibly the area of the old church. See the steps going up and this raised. Look at the views, people. Look at that. Look at that for a view. Unbelievable. So blessed to live in. There's the date stones up there, the ones we saw in the notice board. In Cristo Solo Salis. There's the date stones up there. Matsuyo, for 12 years, trusted keeper of the Japanese garden, Cowden. Matsuyo. Helen Christie. These were the people we were just reading about. It's a strange sort of pointed grave in memory of Gib. This is as Gibson. Gib is like related to Gibson, son of Gib, Gibson. So Jane Gibb, who died. It's got a posh slab. So some kind of coat of arms on the side, erected to the memory of his grandmother, Mrs. Glenn, a testimony of affection and gratitude by her grandson, William Henry Bruce Ogilvie. That was another name we read. And the Ogilvies were a powerful family in Scotland. That surname Ogilvie. Still got the lion on the badge. Should have visited the Japanese garden now. A big piece of land there. Someone's garden. This looks quite old. Hard to see anything. I think it's Christine something. Is that Christie? Maybe the Christie family again. You can't beat these views of the hills. Unbelievable. This is the Ochil Hills. These were the hills I was on top of last week. I was at the highest point on these hills. Ben Crook. Memory of Eliza, widow of James Hogg of Pittendreek and sister-in-law of Thomas Miller of Ballalesk. It's unbelievable. Look at that. Look how picturesque this place is. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, you just need to be grateful for living in a place that doesn't have any wars. It's peaceful. We've had wars a couple of millennia in Scotland. I think we've done enough fighting. How long the shadows are. I think I might just watch the sunset over that hill. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's a bit chilly, but it's not freezing yet. It's no frosty or anything yet. I think that's coming tomorrow, the frost. Park my car over there, right beside the church. Just wow. That's all I can say is wow. Probably want to be buried somewhere like here, one of these ancient kirkyards, when my time comes. What about you guys? Would you rather be cremated or buried? Would you want your ashes scattered over a landmark or a famous spot? Or would you rather be resting somewhere like here? Absolutely outstanding. This place is absolutely beautiful, I'm telling you. I'm just kind of gobsmacked with the beauty of the place. Unbelievable. Clean, Wilson, Cameron, Waddle, Barclay, Kay. Anyone recognise any names? Has anyone got any surnames? Mary Malcolm. You know what, guys, I'm going to set the camera up. Let's go watch the sunset. I just have watched the sunset as I have a smoke and answered my text. I'll have a quick look at chat as well if there's anybody there. So I'm doing my live stream on my GoPro, so probably find the quality's a lot better and the smoothness. I've had a couple of complaints in my comments about my handling of my phone, and you know what it's like, guys. Sometimes I'm in certain areas and I can't use my GoPro. I just have to pull the old phone out and start filming then, but I'll try my best to give you the highest quality imagery. How you doing, Brandon? Brandon Cook's back. Annie, no mask. Tom, how you doing, Tom? My cousin is called Cameron and my brother is Malcolm. Well, you never know. You could have ancestors up here, Brandon. The weather was bloody atrocious here, Tom. The Thursday, Friday there when I was at my work, just rained, and the wind. And yesterday was a terrible day as well, so I noticed it was sunny today and I had to just take advantage of the weather. So the sun sets at 6:01. It's only 5:30. I think it'll be behind that hill soon. Oh shit. Just having a wee smoke, guys, and enjoying the views. Guy just come here and walk away after looking at a couple of stones. To appreciate being alive. Look at that. Right, people. Leave the danger this wee. Something about that. For return, I wonder if it was there. People back in the car. My last cut of the day. Enjoyed that little trip foothills of the hills, and I'll see yous in an extreme guide for everybody who came. I'll see you.